Welcome, everybody. This is Terry Wildeman with the Attractionpreneur Hangout. Today is number 5 in our Mastermind series, where we are interviewing folks who have a real different perspective on what a mastermind is, what it isn't. The last 4 episodes have been absolutely dynamic and fun, full of knowledge for you, so please take a good look at those, because what you'll find with today's mastermind is someone who works it from the pure foundation of what a mastermind is. Who we have today is the wonderful Judi Moreo, who is the author of the best-selling book, You Are More Than Enough, and she is the editor of Choices magazine and has been a member of a very successful mastermind group for 12 years. She is also a certified Napoleon Hill trainer. Is that what you call it, Judi?
Yes, yes, and it's
Okay.
been that way for many, many years. There is a new group I know of that does Napoleon Hill certification, but it's not the same group. I was from the original group back in the old days when Napoleon Hill was still alive, so it's been
Brilliant.
a while, yeah.
Brilliant, brilliant. Well, welcome to the show, Judi. I'm absolutely ecstatic to have you on because I know, based on our conversation in the green room, you are going to add a different perspective than what has already been shared in the other 4 hangouts. So,
Thank you,
uh,
thank you.
folks, we're focusing on the book. Whoops, I don't know if you can see it here. Focusing on the book, Think and Grow Rich. And Napoleon Hill was the founder and the inventor of the mastermind. So, Judi, can you talk to us a little bit more about Napoleon Hill and why he created the mastermind? How did he come about doing that?
Well, he originally had a lot more how do I call them, principles, a lot more principles than are in Think and Grow Rich. How many are in Think and Grow Rich? I think there's 13 or
I'm
15
not sure.
principles, and he originally had 17, and he felt like at that time that they were a little too advanced because he had spoken to like 400 executives, and they found out they had all these principles in common. And so he wrote Think and Grow Rich, but he didn't put the last 2 principles in until later when he wrote The Science of Success. And so he felt like all of these principles were very advanced thinking, but they were from people that he interviewed. And so even though they were advanced, they were being used at the
Hmm.
time, and they're still being used today. And the principle of the mastermind was to bring together like-minded people, people who were about at the same level in their careers, maybe not in the same industry, but at about the same level. And then they would meet together and they would tap into the mastermind. They would speak to what I call God, what some people call the universe, or another source, but they would tap into their source, and then they would let their desires be known, and then each person in the group would visualize it for that person, and they would affirm and say, we see that happening for you. And so together, by sharing their ideas and sharing their wants and their needs, miracles started to happen. And so it's a principle whereby you get together and you share what you want and need, and everyone visualizes it for the person who's wanting or needing it.
You know, that sounds absolutely amazing. And by the way, I'm looking at the book right now, the
Hmm.
book Think and Grow Rich,
Yeah,
and there are 16 principles.
there's 16 in there.
Yes, there
Okay.
are 16 principles. And what I'm hearing you describe in many ways is, from a law of attraction perspective, is there's 3 steps to law of attraction. Identify your desire, give your desire attention, which is what you will be doing with the mastermind. And
Right,
3, allow it. And
right,
it's almost with a consciousness of knowing you already have it and expecting it. So what I'm hearing
exactly.
what I'm hearing you share with other folks seeing it, they're seeing it for you. They're all the person is creating, identifying their desire. He or she is sharing it with everybody, and everybody is visualizing that desire for that person. So the next step is to just allow it to emerge.
Yes, yes.
Got
And
it.
and one of the things that we do in the beginning of our successful mastermind group is that we ask the mastermind for what it is that we want. And then each person actually says to you, I see that happening for you. And they repeat back what they see actually happening for you. That's how we open our mastermind group. We
Wow.
come together and we say thank you for everything that you've given us so far. We acknowledge that you are here, that you are in our lives, that you are in our lives daily, and here's my desire for the future. And then everyone says, I visualize that for you.
It sounds very spiritual and very psychic.
Well, in a way it is. We've been together 12 years, this particular group. There's 5 of us, and we either come together by telephone or on Skype, or once a year we try to get together in person. We come from very different walks of life, but we are all at about the same level in our careers, and we have a desire to see the other people in the group succeed as well. And it's also incredibly important then when we have challenges in our life, when we have problems in our lives, that we bring that to the mastermind as well, and the other people in the group help us see ourselves overcoming those challenges.
Okay. So how many people are in your group?
5. 5
5.
people.
And it's been the same 5 for 12 years.
Yes, yes. We,
Wow. Okay.
yeah. We've been together for 12 years. We live in very different parts of the country, and we do totally different kinds of jobs. I'm the only speaker in the group. A couple of them do speaking, but they're really educators.
Understood. Wow, that is so cool. So have the 5 of you grown together equally over those 12 years?
I would say most definitely, yes. We have all pretty much gotten to the top of our careers, and we've been very successful in the things that we've asked for that have come about. We have what we call our Goal Achievers Journal, and we write in our journal together at the beginning of every year what our desires are for the year, and then we cut out pictures of what we desire and we paste those in. We cut out pictures of words for our desire, we paste those in the book, and then every day we journal. We actually write in what I did today toward the accomplishment of my goal. So you just have to write one sentence or 2 sentences every day that say, here's what I did today towards the accomplishment of my goal. And then at our mastermind meetings, we have to report back to everyone what we did that accomplished our goal, what steps we were taking, because it's about being accountable. We really are accountability partners.
Brilliant, brilliant. So it almost sounds like you're creating a vision board and you're
Well,
putting it inside of your book.
yeah, it is a vision board, but we've divided into the 8 different areas of our lives. So each page has, like for career or financial or health or spiritual, it has its own page, its own vision board. And so we write out the goals and we paste the pictures. And every morning you look at your goals, and every night you write what you did that day toward the accomplishment of your goals.
Now, have you done that consistently over the last 12 years?
Well, I've done it consistently over 25 years,
Or 25 years, okay.
but this particular group, we've done it for the last 12 years, yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Do you find that things get challenging when you forget to do that?
Well, we don't have any dates on our pages, so if we forget to do something, we just pick up at the next time we write in the book. We just pick up there, so you don't have to feel guilty about skipping a day or two, because there's no date that says, oh, this day there's an empty space. We just fill in the next space and we date it as we go.
Very cool, very cool. Now, do you see a change, though, in your performance when you step away from doing it for a specific period of time?
I do, and I found that when I go on vacation and I don't have that connection with my mastermind partners, I start to feel just a little bit lost. Even though I'm on vacation, I feel like, oh, I need to be doing something, or I should be taking that step forward. But they always say to me, well, just enjoy your vacation. Don't feel guilty about it. But I feel like it's been a major step in helping me accomplish my goals over the years, because it's so important to have discipline. Discipline to me is the key to all success. And if you're disciplined, then you make things happen. And by having this mastermind group of people who are accountable, you stay disciplined, you stay focused forward, you stay focused on your goal. And these people have the same desires and the same wants and the same values that you have. And that's important, to select people in your group that have the same values, the same integrity, the same characteristics that you have. Yes, I think sometimes it's great to have diversity, and I really think it's important to have diversity in the group as far as age and race and spiritual beliefs and so on. But I think it's very important that they have the same values.
Yes, I agree. I can appreciate that very, very much. One thing we did talk about before the show was the difference between a paid workshop and an unpaid workshop. You have never participated in a paid quote-unquote mastermind.
No, I've never been in that kind of a group. I've been in several mastermind groups, and I've been in several failed mastermind groups, but I've had a bit of an issue about paying to be in a mastermind group, because to me that's not a true mastermind group. When you pay, you're really looking for someone to coach you or to mentor you, to help you become more or to learn more. And usually, I would say, when you pay, that's what you're doing. So I find that's more of a coaching group, where to me a mastermind group is people at the same level who come together to help each other really be successful.
Okay, that's a brilliant distinction. I really appreciate the distinction that you just shared with everybody. Now, I'd like to focus for a moment on those mastermind groups that failed. Can you share with the audience the reason why they failed?
Oh, definitely. The one that comes to mind most recently is a group where people were at totally different levels in their careers, and they all wanted to be successful professional speakers. But you had someone like me who's been speaking 35 years and has spoken in 28 countries around the world, and you had someone brand new who had never spoken anywhere on a major stage and couldn't get her speech together. And then we had a couple of other people in between, and so consequently we weren't all on the same page. And even though we tried, it ended up with the speakers who were more experienced actually giving of their time and coaching the other ones, trying to bring them up to the same level so they could move forward, and it just didn't work. And it was actually not the experienced speakers that dropped out first, it was the new speakers. And I think that's because, it was because it was hard for them to keep up. And I think, and I know myself, I had a little bit of a patience problem with some of them, because I felt like they should be coming to the mastermind prepared to talk about how to market themselves, and they didn't have a speech together. And so, of course, I would give them their little lecture on, how to expect to speak if you don't have your speech. You've got to get that first and have a good speech. And so it just didn't work. It just failed because we weren't on the same page. We weren't at the same level. And so consequently, one person was really instructing the other, and that's not a mastermind group.
Right. And I understand that. I've been in groups like that where, and actually they were paid coaching groups where there was a Facebook forum, and for some reason, if the coaches were gone for a while, which on a couple of the masterminds they were, or quote unquote masterminds they were, I ended up doing a lot of the coaching, and I remember sitting there thinking, wait a minute.
Yes.
Why am I doing this if I'm paying to be here?
Exactly.
Something was completely off. So I walked away. I stepped away from those groups because I wasn't getting what I needed.
No, see,
just what you were talking about.
Exactly. All the members of the mastermind group need to be getting their needs met, being a part of this. And it can't just be one or two that are getting their needs met. It's got to be all the members of the mastermind group getting their needs met so that they can move forward. And I believe what's been so successful about my one particular group is that all 5 people talk about their miracles. That's something we always report in the very beginning of everyone. Here's the miracles that happened for me this week. And we realized that all things are miracles. All little kind of good things that happen to us are really miracles. Like the other day, I changed lanes in the car, and there was a car there, and I didn't hit it. Now, that was a miracle because
Right.
I could have smacked into it. And so we share those kinds of day-to-day things, but we're all focused on our own careers and where we are. And like one lady is a counselor at a university. I'm a professional speaker. Another lady is an attorney. Another one in the group is a doctor. The other one in the group is not working. She's a mother. She's a stay-at-home mom. But we all are about the same place intellectually and with our values and with where we want to go and what we want to see happen in the world. And that makes a big difference.
Well, the use of the word miracles for me is very powerful
Yes,
because what I'm hearing you say actually is that you are with like-minded people creating a culture of like-mindedness where you are focusing in a space of gratitude
yes,
that
most definitely.
allows you to really move forward. And that's scientifically, it's been proven that gratitude is such a high vibrational emotion, gratitude and appreciation, that when you live in that high vibration, again, from a law of attraction perspective, since I'm a certified law of attraction trainer, so I go from that angle, um, you do bring to yourself what you want because you are constantly focusing on what's right with the world, living
Exactly.
in, instead of this half empty glass, you're living the half full glass, or probably the glass is overflowing, is how you choose to look at it. So when you look at that perspective, abundance and prosperity naturally comes to you because it's law. It has to.
Yes, yes, it is. And it's when you look at what you have instead of what you don't have, when you appreciate what you have instead of whining about things, you find that your life is happier. You find that you are healthier. I'm a cancer survivor. I got cancer about 5 years ago. In fact, in March, it'll be 5 years since the doctor said you're cancer free. And at the time when I met with my group, I said to them, I have cancer and my doctor wants me to do radiation and chemo, but my inner voice says no. I feel like I can't do that. I feel like I have to do something different. And they all supported me in that, even though a couple of them felt like I was making the wrong decision, but they said, if you're hearing this inner voice, you must go with your inner voice, and we support you, and we see you cancer free, and we see you happy and healthy. And so, I focused on that, and 7.5 months later, my doctor said, I don't know what you did, but your cancer's gone. And I've been going for my blood test every month since that time for almost 5 years now. And I am cancer free and I'm healthier than I've ever been in my life. And I believe that that had to do with being positive, staying focused forward, staying focused on getting well, and having that support team that prayed with me, that affirmed me, that said, we're there for you. Because when you don't have family around you, you need those friends that are powerful and strong to help you and support you. And that's what my mastermind group is. It's my best friends in the whole world.
That is absolutely brilliant. And I do believe that the body can heal itself. And using the tools that you talked about, which is positive visualization and seeing yourself healthy, seeing yourself, instead of saying cancer free, my body is healthy,
Yeah.
and making those powerful choices. I congratulate you and I applaud you and I thank you for sharing that very personal story here in the Attractionpreneur Hangout. That means an awful lot. And I know that folks are going to be able to emulate and possibly practice what it is that you just shared. So thank you. That's was very cool. Very
Thank
cool.
you. I've even written a book about my experience because I wanted people to know that there is hope and there are alternative ways that they can heal themselves. So I've written a book entitled Overcoming Cancer: A Journey of Faith as well.
And where can people find that?
Oh, they can get that at my website, judimoreo.com. That's JUDIMOREO.com. Or they can get it on Amazon.com or any
Oh,
major
yes.
bookstore. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So what I'm hearing from you, Judi, is that your mastermind group, and it is a true, pure mastermind group, is really the foundation of your business life and your personal life.
Yes, yes, and it's the foundation of my success. I really believe that it helps me to be accountable in order to make my plan every year. We sit down every year at the first of the year with our goal achievement books, and we plan what we're each going to do for the year. And then we visualize it, talk about it, support each other through it. And almost every year, the whole year's worth of goals and dreams are accomplished by July or August. We're fascinated that we get them done so early. But
That is fantastic.
it is the foundation, most definitely.
So one of the things I asked you was if you ever led a mastermind, and you shared a very interesting tidbit about how your mastermind works, and that in fact you did lead, not necessarily your own mastermind, but within your group. Can you share
Well,
that, please?
yeah, well, what we do is we take turns. Each mastermind meeting is led by a different person. So we go through the 5 people and then we start over, and it rotates. The leadership rotates. So each mastermind meeting is led by one of the members. It's not like one person leading and the other people following.
Mhm.
It's that each person leads a meeting, and we do that 2 to sometimes 3 times a year. Each person leads a meeting, and that way you're still on the same level. We're all on the same
Mhm.
level in this group. That's what masterminds are about. It's about being on the same level. It's not about one person being a coach and everybody else following. That's a different group altogether.
Yes, it
That's a
is.
coaching group. Now, I have led paid coaching groups, yes, most definitely, and I have those, but that's not a mastermind in my book.
Right. Okay. I love that. I love the distinction that you're making. Now, when you do this, when each of you take a turn leading, is there a protocol that you follow as you lead these groups
Yes,
or
exactly.
this group?
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah,
So it's something that's
exactly.
already written that's part of your certification training that you draw from?
Yes, we have it already written out. We have an opening, which is where we acknowledge the mastermind and we say a prayer and we thank the mastermind in gratitude for all that we've gotten. We say what it is that we want to come to us in our lives. We visualize that, and each person affirms the other person. And then we go through how that's going to happen. We bring our books out and we talk about what we've done each week, each month, how many steps we've taken, what we've actually accomplished toward our goal. We have suggestions for each other of things that they can do. We have an actual time to suggest for each person. Here's some more you might want to do, or something new you might want to try, or a book you might want to read. Very often, if I read a great book, I'll buy 4 other copies and take it with me and make sure I give everybody a copy or mail each of them a copy so that they read it, and then we come back and we discuss those particular books. And then at the end of the meeting, we always again thank the mastermind and we go forth with intention.
And when you use the word thank the mastermind, is that the collective or that includes the third mind?
Well, to us, that is God.
Okay.
Because
I wanted to clarify that.
we're a very spiritual group, that the mastermind is God. And so we're kind of a very spiritual group. We're not from a particular religion, but each of
Hmm.
us in the group believes in God. And that's another thing. If you've got 3 people in a mastermind group that believe in God and 2 that don't, that's not going to work. You need to all
Hmm.
be on the same page.
Yes. And you've said that over and over and over again, and I hear you. Yes, I get that. You are so right. So right. So, Judi, you have been with the same 5 people for 12 years.
Yes.
There are a lot of folks who are in masterminds that have 6, 8, 10, 12, 100 people. What are your thoughts on the size of the mastermind?
Oh, I I think 5 to 8 people is just about the perfect size. Any more than eight, I start thinking it's too big a group because you can't focus on each person individually. I think those other groups are good. I just don't call them mastermind groups. I
Okay.
think if there's 100 people in a particular group and they're all focused on a certain thing, that's good. But it's a different type of dynamic than when you have
Mhm.
5 to 8 people. And when you have a small group of people who are like-minded, who can concentrate on the success of that group of people, you can't help but be successful. When you get 100 people in a group, that's a lot of people. Everybody's not going to be on the same page.
Right.
They just aren't.
Right. And at that point, I truly believe that's a combination of training, coaching, and
Oh,
masterminding anyway, because people break up into their own little groups regardless.
I definitely believe that. I
Yeah.
do.
So they may be paying the leader, but they end up breaking up into their own groups
Yes, they
and
do.
moving forward. Yeah, because I know that I have experienced that myself, where I've been part of a larger group and ultimately ended up uh, masterminding with 4 or 5 other folks over an extended period of time.
Yes,
And
yes.
I actually learned more, succeeded more, and worked better with those folks than I did with the leader, who delivered a lot of wonderful training and coaching, but I was able to succeed more because of the support that I got from the little group that was an extension of that.
Exactly. Exactly. And
So,
sometimes I find it's good with a mastermind group. One group I was in years ago through my church was a mastermind group, and we made sure that all 8 people in that group came from different walks of life. And so that group worked very well for about 3 years. And it was like one person helped us with our finances, keeping our finances in order, and one helped us with keeping our health in order, and
mm,
the minister helped us with keeping our spiritual life in
yes,
order, and the education person helped us with, what are you doing to educate your mind, and that was a great group. We did that for about 3 years, and I loved that group. But a couple people moved away, and things just happened, and it and the minister then moved on, and so it fell apart. But it was also a good group, and it had a different dynamic. It had different goals,
hmm,
and a different way of sharing information, but it still had the same basic beginning of thanking the mastermind, having the gratitude, sharing what we wanted, visualizing for each other. It still had the same structure, but it was a different type of group.
got it, got it. And that I really like that. I really, really like that. Well, Judy, we're coming to the end of our show. What is the best piece of advice that you can offer Attractionpreneur viewers who are tuning into this mastermind series?
Well, the best piece of advice I have on putting together a mastermind group is to meet with the people who are going to be in the mastermind group ahead of time, and be sure that you have the same goals, the same desires, the same beliefs, the same values, the same integrity before you come together as a formal group. That's so very important.
Brilliant, brilliant. Well, Judy, I want to thank you so much because you have educated us in a very different way from the other speakers who have been a part of this. You've given it a richer perspective in terms of we have created the cake with the other four, and you're adding the frosting to
Thank
the
you.
cake
Thank you.
by sharing with us a very unique perspective that is very juicy in the way you're delivering it, and true to what Napoleon Hill talks about. The rest of, can you see the book here? I don't know if I can there
Yeah,
we
there it
go.
is.
There.
Yes.
So, the thing with every single one of us who have shared in this mastermind series have come to the program with different experiences, different perspectives, different explanations, different challenges, and different ways of being supported. And this pure mastermind piece, it may not work for everyone.
No, it may
Uh,
not.
it really may not be a good fit. And knowing that it has helped you in 12 years is just a lovely, delightful thing. And I thank you for sharing that with us.
Thank you.
So,
Thank you for having me as a guest.
and can you share with folks how they can reach you?
Oh, yes, they can get me Judi, and my name is spelled with an I. It's Judi Moreo. Judi at Judi Moreo. That's Moreo, like Oreo cookies with an M. Judi
Mhm.
at judimoreo.com.
Brilliant. And they can see the actual spelling of your name right under your beautiful face.
Oh, good. Okay.
Right on the lower third there of your picture. Well, thank you so much again for being our fifth interviewee on the Attractionpreneur Mastermind series.
Thank
Thank you
you.
everyone for joining us, and we look forward to seeing you next time on the Attractionpreneur Hangout.
Thank you.
Take
It's been
care.
my pleasure.
Bye bye.